Hey guys, if you like the storytelling tips we share on this channel, make sure you go check out our podcast, Roll Sound. Recently we did an interview with Sven, or This Guy Edits, right here on YouTube, and he is fantastic. He shares a lot of storytelling tips on that podcast, so go check that out in the link below. Welcome to Boom Shot, the show where we take a look at film, photography, and the business behind the scenes. I am your host, Garrett Ray, and I am issuing an apology because we've missed a couple of weeks. It's been really crazy. Long story short, if we could have made more videos, we would have, but we couldn't, so we didn't. That pretty much catches us up. This week, we're putting the focus on focal lengths. Yeah? I'm sorry. We'll just play the bumper now. Lens choice is just one of the many tools you have at your disposal when you're shooting your film. Different lens types and focal lengths are going to give you different looks and feels on screen, so it's important to take a look at all the options that you have and make an informed decision whenever you're choosing your shot. We've set up an example scene to show you what we mean, but first let's set the scene and take a look at the script. Katie walks down the street, nervous. She hears sirens in the distance and turns around, looking for the source. She twirls back around and quickens her pace. Katie's character is probably on the run in this scene. We see that the sirens are making her nervous, and that's what we want to capture. So what we've done is we've shot this two different ways. First with a 24mm prime lens, and then with the 70 to 200mm zoom lens. That way you can see the comparison between the two different focal lengths. Let's take a look at the wide-angle version first. It's not bad. We've got all of her action in the frame and we know exactly what's going on. But because we're so wide, we start to feel disconnected from her predicament. So let's take a look at the same scene shot with a focal length between 150mm and 200mm. And keep in mind, I stood in the same spots, I got the same shots. The only thing that I changed is the focal length. Take a look. You see the difference? That longer focal length accomplishes several things. First off, it draws the attention of our scene in on Katie's face. We're more attuned to her reactions, her worries. Second, the longer focal length crushes the foreground and the background together, so things feel like they're closer together, and in this case, more threatening. And this is how Katie feels when she hears the sirens. They're closing in on her. Charlie Chaplin famously said that comedy is a wide shot, and drama is a close-up. And this is definitely a case that proves that to be absolutely true. You can also use a longer focal length to make it feel as though your character is being watched. If you back way up, zoom way in, and find some nice foreground elements to play with, you can get some very voyeuristic shots, like this one.
Now we have to be very careful not to be spotted by this one. This species is known to have a piercing glare that can go right into your soul. Oh, she might have heard us. Be very quiet. We don't want to get caught in her gaze, otherwise we might get turned to stone like Medusa. Hide behind that piece of wood over there. There we go.
Wide-angle lenses are great for use when you have to fit a whole lot in the frame, like when you have a party scene or you're trying to get a big open landscape. Often you're going to see wide-angle lenses being used for establishing shots, like in this scene. You can set the scene with an establishing shot using your wide-angle lens. Then later, jump in with your longer focal length to put focus on the action in the scene. Whatever lenses you have at your disposal, just remember to keep shooting. Experiment and see what you can get out of each lens and focal length, and what you can make your audience feel with those techniques. The goal is always to make your audience feel what you intend through a scene and through those characters. And finding the right focal length and the right lens choice on set is going to go a long way towards helping you tell your story. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time here on Boom Shot. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. If you like what we're doing, make sure you subscribe, give us a like down below so we can keep doing this. Here on this channel, you can find Boom Shot, excerpts from our podcast, Roll Sound, which is on iTunes and SoundCloud, and short films, music videos, fun stuff. What are you doing? Hit the like button. There you go.